and welcome back to Yoganuary day 19. I think it's 19. We'll say it's day 19, and if it's not on the day that this goes live, then that's fine. So today we're doing a full body stretch. Yesterday obviously we vinyasad. Tomorrow we've got power yoga, so I just wanted to give you guys something nice and chilled and stretchy to do in between the two to really iron out kind of any kinks and bits and pieces. So we're gonna be kind of chilled out and yeah, just enjoy it. So to begin with, before obviously, of course, reminding you about our giveaway. Share with me your journey on Instagram. I'm at Meffan. All the links are below. Yeah, okay, so we're going to start our practice today coming into a narrow or a wide leg child's pose. So either is up to you. If you're in a narrow leg child's pose, arms are going to come down by the sides of you. You're going to drop the head down. And then if you are in a wide leg child's pose, you're going to take the arms out long in front of you. So whichever one feels good for you. Close off the eyes, let the forehead just melt down into the mat. Softening into the breath, into the body. Feel all of those parts that are connected to the mat. Taking a moment to just look inside. Ask yourself, how do I feel? How do I feel? Softening through this. Really just taking some time to be present, knowing that the hardest part was turning up on your mat today, being here right now. You've already done so much. Slowly, those of you in your wide leg child's pose, draw the chest up a bit, everyone bringing the knees together, and then coming to find this rabbit position. So the head tucks under, we lift the bottom up and duck the head down. My bun is getting in the way, this is where we want to be. So we're all bunny rabbits, imagine just a little white fluffy tail. Slowly releasing, and then just swim those hands forwards. Coming into our melting heart or extended puppy pose, you might need to shift the knees back a bit. So you reach the arms out and we just open through the shoulders, through the armpits. Option of coming up onto the fingertips, those of you living in a slightly more flexible body, wanting to take the stretch a little bit deeper. Opening up by coming onto the fingertips. Just try not to collapse into the ribs too much like this. You want to open through the underarms, but you don't want to be slumping into the lumbar spine. So from here, placing hands flat if you are up on the fingertips, threading left arm through and underneath the right arm, place the side of the head down on the mat. You're going to sweep the right arm up into the sky. So options here, either staying right here, this might feel good, or you could wrap this right arm all the way around and see if you can tuck it to the inside of the left thigh. That's one option. Or bringing the hands to heart center and using this here as a way to open the chest even more, getting deeper into the spinal twist. Wherever you choose to be, focusing on the breath. And then unraveling the body, bringing yourself back round. Arms reach out long, reset. And then right arm reaches under, threading it through, side of the head goes down onto the mat. We reach left arm up into the sky. Holding here for a moment. And then just taking your option. So maybe threading that left hand behind you and through to the inside of the right thigh. Or if that doesn't feel good, or if you can't quite reach there, bringing the hands to heart center and pushing the chest open, finding a deeper stretch into the spinal twist. Wherever you are, releasing, placing both hands down, coming down through the forearms, snaking our way all the way down into Sphinx. So we're lying down on the mat. Lift through the chest, so push those hands away as we lift the chest all the way up. And then let's take that right arm all the way around. Bring the right leg in and just see if you can add a gentle bit of pressure onto that right foot, drawing the heel of the foot towards the bottom. It does not need to be touching the bottom, just drawing it in that direction. So feeling the stretch through the quadricep, the right quad and the hip flexor. And release. Other side, so firmly plant right hand down, sweep left arm back, bend the left knee in, and then finding that stretch again, but keeping that lift in the chest if you can. If it's too tricky, you can bring that arm forward a bit and come a little bit lower with the chest. And release. Nice. Okay, tucking under the toes, bend through the knees. We're gonna come up to a dolphin. I know I said this is a chilled stretch. We are stretching, I promise. We're not gonna hold you here forever. You're just gonna walk those feet in as far as they will go, pushing out through the shoulders, and then you're gonna walk them back out again. And you're gonna do that one more time. You're gonna walk the feet in as far as they'll go. And then you're going to bring them back. And then you're going to pop yourself up to a downward facing dog, pedaling out through the feet. So one heel at a time presses down. And then we're going to pivot those heels all the way to the right side, opening out through the left side body. And then take it over to the other side. Coming back to center, walking the hands all the way back to the feet, hanging down in our ragdoll. So just releasing here, elbows holding on to opposite elbows. We're going to hang out here for a little while, so just let that head hang heavy. Maybe shift the weight ever so slightly further forward in the feet. Notice the stretch intensify a bit. I promise you a nice long Shavasana today as well. I've said it on video now, I have to stick to it. A little bit longer here. Feel the body as well with each breath as you start to relax into the posture. Just see if you can feel the body start to let go on the exhale. Then release those arms. You're going to walk the hands all the way forwards to a plank. You're going to step that right foot through and come down to a low lunge. Okay, so taking it nice and easy. If you want 2 blocks either side of you, go there. Lifting the chest. Breathing in to the stretch. Excuse me. Lift the chest, lift the heart, smile. And then placing that left hand down just next to the right foot. Either you can keep the back knee down and we're just going to open up towards that right leg, or if it feels good, you can come up off that back leg and you can open out here. And release. If you have the knee up, place the knee back down. Then we're going to carefully place that hand on the inside, heel toe the feet out or the foot out. Option of staying up on the wrists or coming down onto the forearms and just hanging out down here for a few breaths. Be careful of this knee, this right knee. If it feels a little bit icky, then just ease off. Coming up, bringing that hand back around. You're going to heel toe that foot into the center line. Push up off of both feet. You're going to step, take a quite big step in with that back foot. So we've got both feet roughly facing forward. The back foot is out on a pivot slightly. Bring the hands to the hips and then hinge at the hips, trying to keep the hips nice and square. And we're here. If you can go the whole way down, making sure you keep the hips square, then by all means do. Those of you with the hands on the hips, if you need to, take a nice bend in the knee, place the hands down, step back to our high plank, and then you're going to bring the left foot forward now for our low lunge on the left side. So coming down, either having hands on blocks or hand on interlaced on the knee. Lift through the chest, lift the heart. Smile. Okay, option, placing that right hand down, either keeping that back knee off and opening the left arm up to the sky, sorry, the back knee on and lifting the left arm up, or you can take that right knee off and reach up. Slowly bringing that hand back down, and from here we're going to push off that back foot, come back in, lift the chest, take the hands to the hips, set the posture, so set the squared hips, and then we hinge and go to wherever you can. If you're just up here, then that's cool. If you're going a bit further, if you're taking the hands all the way down, just be sure that the hips are nice and square. So you really want to think of like pulling back that left side hip. On an inhale, start to lift the chest, hands to hips, coming all the way up, and then we're going to pivot the feet around. Ooh, Prasarita Padottanasana. So we've got the feet ever so slightly, if it feels good, you can pigeon toe the feet in a little bit, that feels good for me just because of my alignment. That won't feel great for everybody. So do what feels good for you. Take the hands to the hips. Inhale, lift the chest. You can take a bend at the knees if you need to. Exhale, forward fold. Place the hands down if they'll get there. You can take the hands in line with the heel of the feet. On an inhale, lift the chest. Take the hands behind the back. Exhale, opening through the heart and the arms as we come down into our forward fold again. If you need to bend the knees, please do. On inhale, lifting up, release the hands, lifting to fingertips, and then option of just coming down into that original one, or you're going to take the two peace fingers around the big toes, open out the elbows and come back down again for our third Prasarita Padottanasana. If it feels good to, if you're very deep, you could take the hands to the outsides of the legs and help that bring you deeper into the stretch. On an inhale, coming to fingertips. Exhale, heel toe those feet. Sit the bottom down. Malasana, our yogic squat. Hands to heart center. Lift the chest tall. It's one of my absolute favorite postures. I think this feels so nice. Okay. You're going to windmill the arms over to the top of the mat. Step all the way back and find yourself in a downward facing dog. Breathing here. Maybe taking a few pedals through the feet. And then we're going to bring that right foot through and forwards for pigeon. So right foot comes through. Those of you that modify with a block, use your block, sit upon it. When you're ready and you found your positioning, you're going to pad those hands forwards, melt the head down. We're going to hang out here for 10 breaths. Keep them slow and keep them steady. Maybe going a little bit deeper if it feels good to. Walking the hands forward a bit more. When you're ready, peeling your way out. You're just going to pad those hands behind you, fingertips behind, just a little bit. Lift the chest, lift the heart. Opening here, maybe taking the arms up. Interlace and open through the chest. And release. Place the hands back down, tuck under the back toe. Step all the way back and switch legs. So you step back through plank and then come to find pigeon on the left side. So again, finding where it works for you. Super important. When you're ready, walking hands forwards, resting the head down. And 10 breaths. Long and steady, but in your own rhythm. On inhale, start to walk your way up, fingertips behind you, lift the chest, lift the heart. Option of bringing those arms all the way up. And releasing. Nice. Placing hands down, tuck under the back foot, step it back to a plank, and then wave your way back to a downward facing dog. Coming down to the knees. I'm going to stretch out through the wrists as well. So we've done quite a lot on our wrists this week. So we're just going to place the backs of the wrists down. Just pat around, maybe facing inwards. Tiny, tiny rocks. If it feels icky, don't go there. Maybe facing you. And then sitting back, releasing the wrist, sitting back onto the heels. Reach the right arm all the way up, over the top. Either taking the left hand on top and drawing it down that way, or you could take the left arm behind and underneath and find your monkey clasp and lift this way. Come into the stretch this way. So whichever one feels better for you. Slowly releasing, taking left side now. Again, going with the variation that feels best for you. So if it feels good to you, you can take that right arm around. You'll notice when you do this way that one is a lot closer than the other. It's very normal. We're not even as humans. And release. Okay, coming into a little groin stretch. I did say it was full body. We've done our sort of IT band and glutes, looked at the arms, looked at the hamstrings. We're just going to open up through the groin and I'm going to bring you into a frog. Nice and relaxing, super chilled. Okay, so find your frog wherever it is. Maybe you're up on the hands, maybe you want to just bring a block here to pad a little bit, give you a bit of height. So wherever you are, again, we're going to stay here for a little bit. So find that position, close off the eyes, focus on the breath. And as I've said quite a lot, honouring the resistance. So like, there'll be some of you whose body is just like, no. But actually it's your mind. And you just got to say to your mind, okay, I hear you, but we're going to do this, and we're going to do this together because it's going to all be good. We've got a little while longer here. Okay, we're ready. Slowly bringing yourself back out, wiggling your way out, come to kneeling. So just from your kneeling position, see, I'm giving you a little kneel. We're hugging it all in now, streamlining. So drop the chin down to the chest, take half neck rolls. And then coming back through neutral, just lifting the head. You're going to find your way around. Sweep the legs out. Going to come to your Shavasana. So feet either going all the way down to the mat, letting the feet drop out, or if you like to just let the lower spine ease off, then this is a really great place to be. I do Shavasana here quite a lot because it feels really nice for my lumbar spine. Palms of the hands facing upwards, close off the eyes. Really rest now into the body. Start to let everything relax. Just bring the attention to the face, relaxing all around the jaw, the mouth, the tongue, relaxing the eyes and that space between the eyebrows, relaxing the forehead, and just feel the whole head really melting into the mat. Taking a moment to ask yourself, how do I feel? So we're a little bit more stretched out than when we were at the beginning. Maybe it's had an effect on you physically, but also maybe it's had an effect on you emotionally. So how do I feel? In your own time, when you're ready, hugging those knees into the chest and just finding your way up to a comfortable seated position, maybe rolling over to one side. So wherever you need to go to get there, maybe taking a big yawn and a big stretch before you work your way up. Okay, closing off the eyes. Bring both hands flat down onto the heart. So just feel the vibrations coming from inside of you. Sit tall. Feel the energy, the prana, our life force. Feel everything that you are and everything that you can be. Yoga isn't just what we do on the mat. It's about everything that we do off the mat. The love and kindness that we give to ourselves and to others. The way we live our lives, being true to who we are, authentic. Tap into that person. Tap into you. Just be with that person for a few moments. Be with yourself. Keeping the hands just where they are, bow the head down. Namaste. Thank you all so much for stretching with me. As always, hopefully you enjoyed it. Comment below, let me know. And yeah, I will see you on Instagram and all sorts. So yeah, tomorrow, like I say, is power yoga. So yes, thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.